what we're now proposing is a system that is potentially going to lead to the deaths of hundreds and hundreds of New Zealanders on an annual basis, under a complete cloak of secrecy and a lack of transparency, where we're not going to even know the details of what has happened.
Can you unpack that? You say that's a pretty important statement you've just made. You say a cloak of secrecy. I would have assumed that this would be, because it's so serious, there'd be a public oversight, there'd be oversight committees. You're saying that's not the case?
No, it's like it's like playing a cricket game without the umpires. This is what this process is going to be. There is no contemporaneous mechanism under this process for reviewing the euthanasia process at all. Okay, all that we've got is a review committee at the end of the process, which basically gets reports from the registrar with very scant details, and then the review committee makes recommendations and it releases a report every year. And this is a really important issue, because it's what New Zealanders are not going to be told that concerns me the most about this process. We're not going to be told, for example, the ethnicity of patients who have been euthanized. We won't be told the personal or socio-economic circumstances of those people. We won't know, we won't be given their clinical records, and nor will the review committee for that matter. The review committee and the New Zealand public won't know what was the unbearable suffering that the particular people had. And we're not even going to know what steps, for example, doctors took to do their best to detect whether people were being coerced or pressured. We won't be told the name of the institution where it happened either.
So that's what data will be collected then?
That there was a death. So there will be forms that will be collected that will say that there was a death, and that the patient, how the patient died. In other words, they were given a lethal injection, or that they ingested it themselves, that the patient died, etc. And they'll say what the underlying cause, the underlying condition was. But we won't be told any of these other things. And we won't be told the name of the institution where it took place either. Imagine if capital punishment was reintroduced into New Zealand, right? And under the new execution regime, we wouldn't know anything about who was being executed. And basically every year there would be a government review committee that would publish a report, and the report would simply say, last year we executed 150 New Zealanders. We're not going to tell you their names. We're not going to tell you their ethnicity. We're not going to tell you their circumstances. We're not going to tell you what they did wrong that justified their execution. And we're not going to tell you where they were executed.
I can't get my head around this, because especially now, we live in the information age and we are drowning in reports, it seems, every other day. And now some of those reports are helpful, perhaps some of them are over the top, but it seems that even here, the fundamentals you'd want for safety and security and accountability are missing.
It's truly frightening. I mean, if you're going to have an effective review mechanism, like this review committee, then at the very least, you've got to ensure, and you want to make it secret. Okay, let's just assume you're going to have privacy. At the very least, let's make sure that committee is told the full picture. But even that committee is going to be deprived of some of these most basic and fundamental pieces of information. So this is the whole problem. What have they got to hide? Why the need to cover up this whole process?